practice, so that after the insertion of that practice, I start to surrender to the chaos of life in a more grounded way. So that when things around me do start to shift, I've already tapped into that baseline for that day, and I know how to get back there. So just a couple weeks ago, I had a really potent practice at home and had a friend come and meet with me after we had a little work session together. And this particular friend of mine had just gone through a really heinous injury and had broken her leg and had gone through a very long healing process. So she's in the healing stages of starting to walk again after months of going through physical therapy and all of the traumas of that. And she had come to visit me after I had that meditation, and she was wearing like fuzzy socks. It's winter in Colorado, so we're all bundled up. And I have this wooden staircase. She left the room to go down and get some more tea, and the next thing I know, I hear this loud thump and body tumbling down the stairs, a lot of screaming, a lot of trigger, obviously. And I knew in that moment that I had a choice to access that dimension of spaciousness, and that the way that I would respond to trauma as kind of the first responder in that event would directly impact the state of the practitioner that was in the space with me. And because I had just been lucky enough to prioritize practice that morning in that way, I was able to really quickly gather and access that center point and just calmly kind of floated out of the room to the stairs, just held her as she was starting to slow breathing down, and just have a baseline of awareness where I could assess whether or not her reaction was based in real-time threat or some narrative about being hurt in the past. So over the next couple of moments in that space, as I was kind of just holding her and practicing settling for both of us, I was able to realize that she hadn't been re-hurt. There was no new pain that had come, thank God. There was no upset to the healing process that had already happened, but it was kind of just a nervous system, protective, defensive spirit kicking into fight or flight for her. So we're starting to slow down our breath together. I'm already grounded in Hara, so it's much easier for her to start to ground in Hara too and realize, okay, I'm scared, but I feel fine. I can move my foot, everything's okay, and we get her downstairs so she can lay on the floor and just take some breaths together and assess. And the beauty of dialing in is so that you can be the model of frequency neurologically for other people to match when they go into a triggered state. And you can choose to rise up to their amplitude, or you can bring them down. And this is again, modeling Eastern and Western blending through neurological modeling. We've been able to actually see in real time what's called limbic resonance, which means our limbic system, our emotional mammalian brain, so all mammal species have a limbic brain. All species that live in community with one another develop the limbic brain.